nullable one. It gives insertion exception, insertion not in notion. I couldn't remember the exact exception, but it has thrown some exception in then and there itself.
Yeah. You better do one thing. So you write it down what you got.
I thought of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a better habit. Make a habitual thing. You write. So every exception, what you got in your software life, right?
Sure.
Software
Sure.
industry, every exception, you need to remember it,
Sure.
right? So make a habit of writing what you got exception. Any other things?
Yeah. I got a question regarding the loading of Hibernate.
Mhm.
While loading, while we start when we start the program, it gives so much of entry logs for you while you are trying. But for me, it's nothing. It's just the SQL command what I am executing. It just
Yeah.
gives.
You need to do one thing. So in order to make it happen, so you need to integrate the log4j to your
Uh,
project.
I have Log4j in my project, and I have
So
added the path. I have added the path too. I have a version of Log4j 1.2.17.
1.2.17.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have downloaded it from the Maven.
How you download it?
Log4j Maven.
Uh-huh. Okay. So is there there will be one priority so have you written XML file or properties file?
XML file. Hibernate.cfc.xml.
Okay. And what
And that
about log?
I haven't given any Log4j properties.
Yeah, you need to give. So you just try this one. So keep this XML in your place a
Uh,
file called log4j.xml and try once.
or just a second. Log4j. Log4j.xml.
So in the source, right click and place a new file
Yeah.
and name it as log4j.xml.
Log4j.xml. It's completely one line.
No, have you copied all the thing? What I sent?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what you have to do means click somewhere in your opened file and press
Just a
that.
sec. Is a second. Just a second. Can you please open that log4j for a minute for me, so that I can check. On.
No. You just do one thing. So click somewhere on your file. So it will be open, right? A cursor will be blinking. Click somewhere and
Yeah.
press
Yeah.
Control Shift F.
Control
Shift
Shift.
F.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
will be ordered like this.
Okay. Control Shift yes.
F
Yeah.
F.
F. Okay. Yeah.
So it is ordered like this, and you check whether the priority of the root tag. Under the root tag, you will have a priority. Under that, you will have a value attribute. Make sure that you have a value of debug.
Just a second. Here, all these things have changed. All the greater than symbols have been reordered.
What happened?
I'm just checking all of them. It is giving ampersand LT. So
Can you show your?
sure,
I'll make you as a presenter.
sure.
Yeah, you can show your screen. I think.
Yeah, just a second. Hmm. This is what I'm just.
I'm not able to see. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, here I'm just checking the.
Okay. You do one thing.
Sure.
Just copy. Wait. Don't do that manual things yet.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Control Z, everything. Control Z. Please press Control Z.
yeah,
Okay. Control Y. Yeah. Now copy it. Control F. Fine.
yeah. This is done.
Where is Control F?
Done.
Yeah. Good. I think you missed one more tag called configuration. Come to down.
Sure.
Come to end.
Yeah.
End of the control space. Yeah. Now control shift F. So every tag, so XML should be proper, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now stop the console working example. Okay. Right click on your demo and try to do now.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. Let's move on.
Sure.
Make me as a presenter.
Just a second. Done.
So where are we now?
We were discussing tags. We are now. We have to see the second tag. Second table tag in one class.
One class, two tables is finished.
No, we haven't finished that.
Okay, until processed we have finished, right? So
Yeah.
let's move on to it. So because since you have practiced well for all these stacks, so now you will be able to do all this. Okay, fine. So one class, two tables.
Yes.
Mm, I'll do one thing. So I'll take a new package. Let's say some example called student. make some getters and setters. Okay, so to make this class, so whatever we know so far, the annotations will keep the same annotations. Get entity. Okay, so now so in order to make this happen, just go to, so every time you make a habit of looking into API, okay, so that you can remember the tags and everything. So it will be a habitual thing. Okay, fine. So so we need to use secondary. So table, we'll give a table name as so by default it will be student only, no problem, no need to give. We'll make it as secondary table as student details. Now what we have to do? Okay, suppose so this is a class.
We have to make the generated value auto.
No need. By default, there will be some default values, right? For this, check it.
The default increment value will be 10. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
50.
no problem, because since we are using MySQL, if this tag is enough, it will be auto incremented by 1. Okay. Let's see. So we have a student Pojo object. So and I want these two values need to be placed in one table called student. So as you already aware of it, so now I am saying a new annotation called secondary table. Okay, so this is a new annotation to you. I have named that secondary table as student details. So I want these two values in one more table. So as our topic is one class to two tables, right? So let's see how can we achieve it. So we have column annotation. In that you will have a attribute called table. So place the name exactly what you placed here. Okay, copy paste and place here. Okay, that's it. So now take one more class called oh fine, this is deprecated, right? No problem, we can use even though it is deprecated. So what we need to write now? Can anyone?
Configuration.
Configuration.
New configuration.
Okay, fine. That's configuration. Okay, now
Add annotated class.
Add
annotated class.
Okay, what is the annotated class?
Here we use the student class.
Okay, fine. Now
again configuration.configure.
No.
No, we have to use the session.
Session.
Session factory.
You need to memorize all these things.
Yes, actually, new. No, it's
New.
not. It's not new, I guess. It's from configuration.
Good.
Configuration dot get build session factory, and now session of this
Session.
New session dot get current session.
Session dot
session factory of get current session.
Okay. And now?
And now begin transactions.
How?
Session dot
okay.
Begin transaction. Then we give some employees and then session dot save. Then session dot get current transaction and commit. Then save. No, then close. Yeah. Previously we used to get the exception of session already closed.
Yeah.
If we are not using the session, if you are not using the session dot close, we don't get that error. We don't get that exception because we have to close the session only when we complete the function, complete the transactions. But we are closing it at more beforehand. So we are getting that error. If we don't close the session though, so that we don't get that error.
Yeah, fine. That's good. Okay, so now let's see whether what will happen now. So no need to close session, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay, fine. So there is a in-depth concepts in Hibernate also. So today also I haven't prepared anything and I'm starting this class. So let me prepare something on Hibernate and I will let you know in-depth the details of Hibernate, like session factory, this one and the configuration things. The rest of the things are same. So there is no in-depth concepts. All the annotations are enough for you guys. So some architecture, Hibernate architecture, I will let you know whether he has given. Wonderful. I need to explain you this diagram. So I will explain you. Yeah, this is the most useful diagram. Yeah, no need to explain here. You can study from here. Mutable cache. What is mutable?
Mutable means we cannot change it. Immutable is we can change it.
Immutable, it's irreversible, I think.
Immutable is immutable is we can change.
Okay, so you can go through this one. Anyhow, I will explain you all these things. So before, so initially only I need to explain you about these things. Okay, fine. So you can go through this basic thing. So in your manual, you are having architecture called minimal architecture and comprehensive architecture and basic APIs. Okay.
So actually, I had one doubt in student.hibernate file which you coded just before.
Student.hibernate.
Yeah, student.java. Yeah. I don't know what's the point of creating that much annotations like at the generated value. How it gonna work in the backend? Can you please explain me?
So if you go through this AP, not this. So since we are using JPA annotations, no need to bother about Hibernate. So generated value. Let's go here. So you will see the explanation. So anything. So you don't follow, first of all, my recommendation is don't follow any tutorials when I am teaching, right? So once I taught all the things, I will say when to follow tutorials. You have to follow tutorials. So because I might miss some things, okay, some important things I might miss. Okay, so you need to follow tutorials. Okay.
Yeah, I got that,
Before,
sir. But the thing is, one-to-many mapping, how it will run in internally. I just want to know how it,
one,
how the mapping will occurs internally.
no. I think you said something called one-to-many.
You just wrote like in Hibernate, it only allows one-to-many and many-to-one relationship, right?
Did we discuss that thing?
No, actually, I have a little bit about that. That's why I'm asking that.
No, yeah, we'll discuss. We'll come to it. So you asked generated value, right?
Yeah.
So provides for specification generation strategies. So you'll have some multiple strategies. So here I have shown you in yesterday's example we have did it, I think so. So there is a strategy called table auto identity sequence and table sequence. When will you use sequence? Suppose if you are using a Oracle, so in Oracle you have a sequence, right? So if you place sequence, so you can use a generator as the sequence name.
Okay.
For generated value means, so yesterday you have observed this thing while I am executing this thing, you might have observed. So there will be two tables. One table is EMPPK table and one table is employee info, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to here. So what is this table? I didn't create it, right? If you open here, so sequence value, next sequence value. If you insert one more record in this table, next sequence value will be 4. Okay, automatically Hibernate will do all these things internally. Okay, by making use of JDBC also you can write all these things. But simple code. So this is the beauty of Hibernate. Simple annotations. So readable annotations. So all these are nouns. Okay, so these are readable. So by annotation name itself you can able to understand. Table generator. So ID means what is ID? So it's a maybe some ID. So we are giving a unique value. You can think of like it. So
Okay.
if you are aware of SQL, you can think of like that. Column means your column. Might be some names or something. Okay, like that. Okay. Is it clarified?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Let's run this thing. So have you tried any examples so far what we have covered? Who asked me question? Raju or yeah, Raju?
Yes, sir. Presently, I'm practicing that.
No, have you got any? Have you struck anywhere? So
Yeah, actually, I got errors, but I'm able to resolve them.
Yeah, good, fine. So let's run this program. So make a habit of looking into these debug statements. Okay, so what it is doing. So even though I'm not explaining you guys, so you can. So as I showed Bipin how to do, how to integrate Log4j in our project. So you can go through this thing. So make a habit of looking into all these things. Okay, so it is loading registering something, and it is doing all these things, right? So go and check what it is doing. Fine. So let's check whether the table is created or not. Is it a table or tables? Tell me, guys.
Tables.
Two tables. Did it create it?
Yes.
Let's go and open. Okay. See. So if you see if you drag these things, you will get a one-to-one mapping. So I'll explain you what is one-to-one. Okay. So this is the relation, right? So it makes a foreign key in the secondary table. So what is the foreign key here? Whatever you have specified as a primary key in the student table, that will be a foreign key. Okay, fine. So so there is no need of doing all these things. Just for information, I am saying. So whatever your requirement, based on your requirement only, you will design your POJOs. So in the real world, nowadays, no one is touching the database. So everyone is writing JPA code and creating a own schema. Okay, by making use of inheritance, polymorphism, no, not polymorphism, inheritance, okay, mapping, associations, like Raju said, one-to-one, many-to-one. So they will write only the POJO classes, and they will use this create schema kind of thing, and you will able to create a table. Now my question is, we haven't written the new create schema, right? Why it has affected there?
We are not creating the new schema because we are using the new session.
Yesterday we discussed in such a way that we need to give new schema in order to create new tables like that. Do we discuss like that?
No, we have used the
Okay, for dropping the existing, right?
yeah. We have used the this one schema export.
Yeah. Did I explain you anything about it? So
No, we just commented that for the next discussion.
okay, fine. So remember me once what we missed. Okay, fine. What we missed, schema export, right? So this is a simple thing only. I'll look into it and explain you in detail. So no problem. So you got one class to two tables, right? So in the same way, vice versa. So two classes to one table. So how can we achieve that one? Two classes to one table. So let's let's take student only. Okay, so here what we have to do, the same thing, we'll just copy paste whatever we have written here. Okay, we'll take this one in the student. Okay, so let's create one more table called student details. We'll keep the detail this one. No need all these things. Okay, let's create a setter and getter. So make this as an entity. So what is our topic? So our topic is two classes to one table, right? So I have two classes. So these two classes need to be placed in one table. So one table in the sense one entity. So you observed, right? So one entity. So two classes combining to form one entity. So how can we achieve it? So I placed only the entity tag in the student. So what I will do means, so I'll bring this object. So whatever the object is, we have created the secondary table, the secondary class, will bring that here. So now what I have to do? So I have to annotate with embedded tag. Okay, so and this table need to be, so that is embedded. So this need to be embeddable. Fine. Okay, that's it, guys. If you provide these minimum annotations, Hibernate will take care of all the things. Okay. So what I did, so two classes. I am using two classes into single entity. So let's see whether it will happen or not. We'll try the example here also. Okay, remove these things. So what we have, so fine. So in the student we have this object. Now what we have to do for creating a student object? So I set the value of student name. Now what I have to do?
We generate setters and getters for student detail in student table, and then we can set the value of student detail in two classes to one table.
Wonderful. Yes. Fine. Now what I have to do? I have to, before creating student object only, I need to create, so before setting student details, I need to create the student details class object, right? Okay, I created student. Fine. Right. So finished. So let's run this program and.
But we will set the student detail into student. Student dot set student table.
Good. Nice catch. Okay. Now it's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's run this program. We should get exception. It's created. Okay, good. Now let's check it. What's there? Yeah. Now you got right. Previously it used to be student ID and student name only. So we inserted student address and student mobile. if you see the second record, so it is incremented by 1, right? So if you see the second record, USA and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 has come into the student table. So it has created student address and student mobile. Okay, fine. So that's it for 2 class to 1 table. Yeah. Okay, fine. So any doubts in these things? These two annotation, embedded and embeddable. What is embedded? So go through this documentation and I think you can able to do all these things. What is embedded and what is embeddable? So I think you have one more thing called attribute override. Okay. So look into it. What is attributes overrides? Okay. Look into it. I think we can change some. Okay, start date into employee start date, EMP start date. He want to give his own name. Okay, so in this, it might be in this table, you might have some variable as this one. So he don't want the same variable to reflect in the table. So he want the variable name as EMP str start. Okay. So and the secondary so one more so employee period is having end date. So he don't want that as a column name. He want this as a column name. You try it on your self, right? Okay, so you can make it happen. It's very clear here. So that you can able to learn 2 more annotations called attribute overrides. Attribute override. So the name itself specifies. Okay, attributes overrides. Attribute overrides. It's a plural and it's a singular. Okay, so for plural you will have a array. So how to take an array? So open parenthesis, right? So you have to make use of that thing and try this example. Okay, right. So we are done with these things. And compound key. This is a very important thing. Compound. What is compound? Compound means compound keys. So any ideas about compound key?
Nothing but primary keys.
Primary
keys clubbed together.
Plural?
Yeah.
Okay. More. 2 or more, right?
Yeah, 2 or more.
Okay, fine. So having the primary keys 2 or more. Okay. Let's design an example with it. Okay. Compound key example. Okay, fine. So what we will do? So say some example, guys. Let's.
Grocery store.
Tell me.
Grocery stores.
Say some small food stores. Store. Okay, fine. And let's build the store thing. Okay. The same thing we are using, guys. So actually, this is also one art. So to design some example. So I thought of you to explain compound key, right? So in order to explain you compound key, I need to prepare myself, right? So on the fly I need to prepare. So what example I need to show you? Okay, so these are called architectural techniques. So architectural guidelines. So you need to design concept. So I designed compound key. How to explain the compound key? So I asked you something, right? So I took some store. I placed it. So these are some designing skills. You need to have that one. Okay. Right. So what is compound? Compound key. Now so can anyone say what is compound key? Any ideas?
As said, using the two or more keys as primary keys to distinguish the entries.
Okay. Any other answers? Anyone? Any answers? Okay, fine. So your answer is correct. So two or more thing keeping A as a primary key. What is primary key now?
A unique value in the store to identify the entry.
Exactly, a unique value. So whereas coming to compound key, a unique values. So combination of two. So as you said, compound key is a two or more making two or more columns as a primary key, right? Okay.
Yes.
So primary key means only singular. Okay. Compound key means plural. So so remember like that. So primary key is a single column. So compound key is a multiple columns. Making multiple columns as a primary key is called a compound key. Let's make multiple columns. So I want these two columns as a compound key. Let's make it as a compound key. I took one more class called compound key. I did this thing. Okay, generate get run status. Right. Now what I have to do? I have to, in order to bring that compound key into our entity. So let's keep whatever we know the annotation. We know this one, so that is enough. So I need to bring this compound key into R class. Okay, fine. So I bought this compound key. So I need to make it as ID, right? So I need to make two columns into I need to make two columns as a primary key, means unique. So not primary key is a unique value. Okay, right. So everything is done. We need to create.
Here I have a question.
Okay.
So far we are using generated value annotation to generate either sequence or auto increment if you want to use. So if we need to generate some sequence or something like for two columns, how can we do that? How can we achieve that?
We won't generate column generation.
Okay.
Why we need to give two column generation? So auto generated value is different.
Okay.
And so every time, no need to give auto-generated value. So why we need to give auto-generated value? So there is a significance of giving auto-generated value. So you can take care of your unique ID.
Yes, yes.
Or else you can leave so you can leave that task to database.
Right.
Okay, I'm leaving that task to database. I can take, I know what will be my next value. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if I know the next value, so no need to give to database. I will create it on my own.
Okay.
Okay? How can I create it on my own? I will generate some unique value on my own. So
yeah, we can use some mechanism and we can store that.
Yeah, some algorithm, by making use of an algorithm, you can have it. Okay.
Right.
So here, guys, so auto incremented value. What is auto incremented value? I think the name itself specifies the column type should be a number, right? If and only if auto incremented value will be will be possible if and only if the column data type is number. So is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. Try it. Try to make a string thing and try some example. So let me know what you got. Have you got any exception, and what could be the behavior? Right? Since all the classes we are taking integer as a auto generated value. What will happen if you take string? Try that example. Okay, fine. Fine. Compound key I did. So what we need to do, one more thing. So what to do? Fine. So is it enough? Good. I'll do one thing. So I'll make a method. Okay. I'll make a method called this thing, and I will keep that method in some util class. I'll call it as Hibernate utils. Keep that method in here. I'll make it as a public so that I can use from anywhere. And I will also, okay, fine, that is enough, no problem now. Okay, fine. Good. Now, how can I achieve? So directly I can write a session object. I can get a session object. No need to bother about all these things. Okay, every time. So I designed in such a way that so every time I'm repeating some lines of code. Why can't I make those lines of code available for entire my project? So I did the same thing. So these are the few lines of code I need in every demo class, right? So I took into one single method and make it as a util method. How to make it as a util method public and static, so that you can access that method from anywhere in your project. Okay, so I did the same thing. Okay, from the session I can directly say. So let's keep a compound key. Keyboard. Okay, compound key. Set store ID. Store ID I'll make it as 100. Okay. Compound key dot set store name. I'll make it as the stores. What is this? Store name also I took integer. Okay, fine. Now what I have to do? I created a store object. Store.set compound key. Set the compound key. Store.set address. Some same. Store.set mobile. That's it. Session dot save store. Session dot transaction dot commit. Okay, fine. That's it, right? What we did on this thing. Begin transaction also we need to do. I think we have taken here only. Begin, no, we didn't do begin transaction. Okay. So we'll take session dot begin. What is it? Session dot begin transaction. Okay, fine. Now see what will happen. Run the code. Yes, I'm expecting this thing. Unknown entities. What is this? Any ideas? Unknown. Have you got anything like this? Mapping exception. When you will get Hibernate mapping exception? Mapping. So mapping exception. The name itself specifies I didn't map something. Right? So unknown entity. What is this unknown entity? It has given store. Store is an unknown entity. Store. Open the store. We have given entity, right? Then what? What could be this thing? ID we have given. Should make it as embeddable, right? So embeddable means every so we should embed this object into some other table. If we want to embed this object to other table, we need to give embeddable here. Okay, let's try one more time. If we got exception, it will be very beautiful. Yes, fine. One more time we got the same exception. Why we got the same exception one more time? Serializable. Okay, let's try one more time. Again the same. This time it's wide. So we did everything.
So we made that compound key as embeddable, but in store class we didn't say that it's embedded. We didn't have that. I'm not sure.
So first we will try to keep this session as here, and then we will go to your assumption. So what you said? So we made this compound key as.
We didn't make that. We didn't know that as embedded in store class, store.java.
Yeah.
We didn't have like embedded emulation.
No, but the exception is very wide, right?
Yeah.
So, unknown entity. What's the unknown entity? We have already specified this. Okay, let's try this one. if this works, we have to dig into it why it works.
Nope.
It works. Unknown entity why. Why we got unknown entity. So save me some ideas, guys. What we did wrong or what we did right. So any wrong we did, entity, okay, we did anything. I got the answer, guys, but I want you to say that answer. Here, we need to give annotated, right? We need to say hibernate, that store is my entity class.
This is the same error that you did wrong.
Yeah. What?
This is the same error that the other day we did.
Yeah, sometimes it will happen. Let's not bother about people. Okay, let's take directly here only. So in order to, we need to specify these things, right? So we'll take here only. Okay, fine. Now it has to come. Good. It's done. Okay, let's see whether store is created or not. Yeah, store is created. Open the table. Store is created. Okay, now bring the table here. So if you see here, the symbol, key symbols. Okay, any assumptions on seeing this symbol? So these are, I am saying, if you have a primary key, that should be unique. How it should be unique if you have multiple primary keys? Any guesses? Let's run this program one more time. I think you can get the answer. Wonderful. You got the answer, guys. What is it? Duplicate entry. Right? Have you got the answer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you got the answer or not?
Yes, we got it.
Yeah. Right. So can you elaborate the answer? Explain
Yeah,
me.
sure. Yeah, sure. Basically, in our table, I think store ID and store name. The
Okay.
combination should not be repeated. Basically, it's unique.
Yes.
So when we're trying to insert one more time, it's already exists in the table, so it's throwing exception that it's a duplicate entry.
Yes, exactly. Okay, fine. So that would be the answer. Okay, fine. So everything is finished now. Now what? Embedded and embeddable is finished. Now we'll discuss about association. What are different kinds of associations? Any idea? As Raju said something.
Can I, if I'm interrupting you, sorry about that. So when we are dealing with compound key, we don't really need embedded, right? Embedded or embeddable, because like embedded is basically for if we are embedding any other entity, not just compound key.
Yeah. Fine.
right?
Yes, correct.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we'll try. We shall see here what is this compound, what we use. Annotations here, nothing, right? Embeddable. But run successfully. That's fine. So your answer is correct. And mistake. Not the mistake. So we tried in different ways.
We tried like in different ways to fix that error.
But we missed the core thing, right? Basic.
Yeah.
Basic.
Right.
So every framework will have a set of rules. These are the rules for Hibernate. These 4 lines are the rules. Okay? Fine. So we will skip these 4 lines in Spring. Spring with Hibernate. I'll let you know what. So a small configuration, that is enough. Okay, so no need to specify every time to get an add annotated class and those things. So if you use Spring, we can directly make we can directly skip all these things, or we can if you use JPA, pure JPA thing, JPA concept, we can skip all these things. I'll let you know in future. Fine. So coming to associations, what are the kinds of association? What is association? Association or associate between tables, columns. Will there be any association between tables or columns?
Like Raju said, there are one to many, many to many, one to one. Those are the associations, right?
One to many. How this going to one?
I think many to one.
TO2. One to many. Many to one.
Yeah.
Any more? Any more associations?
One to one and many to many will be.
Yeah, someone said something.
One to one and many to many associations. I'm not sure how it is in Java, but
Exactly. You are sure about it. One to many only. Many to many. So when to use these things? So this is a beauty in database level or framework level. So this is very important topic. So associations. So in database design, so how we will design? So as I showed something, right? One to one thing. There is that schema. Okay. Yeah. See this table. If you observe here, 1 and 1. Why it is 1 and 1? Okay, I'll drag few more tables. Let's make use of this thing. City. Okay, fine. So these two are 1 to 1. Okay, if you observe here, one student will have one student details, because in the entity class of student we kept the student details. Okay, fine. So this is a unidirectional. So in 1 to 1 you have unidirectional and what you call multi-directional, bidirectional. Okay. Fine. So many to many, it's one directional only. Many to one is a one directional only. One to many is also one directional. But 1 to 1 is a unidirectional. Suppose, so why I am saying it's a bidirectional and unidirectional? Okay. So I have a record of student. So if I have a record of student, can I get the student details? On seeing this diagram, can anyone say, can I get the student details?
Yes.
Okay.
By using student ID, we can get student details because the student ID is a foreign key.
Yeah, exactly. So one more question. So if I have a student mobile number, can I get the student ID or student name?
Student mobile can be, technically student mobile number can be unique, but here in our example, student mobile is not unique, so it can be like,
Okay, let's think it's a, what is this? There is no unique value. Okay, let's think that mobile was also unique. I have a mobile numbers. I have a, so in real world, so mobile number is a unique, right? I have a mobile number. By using that mobile number, can I get the name of the person? Not every.
No, because like student mobile exists only in student details table. So how can we refer in student table to get student name?
Okay, I'll leave this diagram and say no. So if you have a mobile number, can you get a name who is using that mobile number or not?
Yes.
If I can say like by using mobile number, first I will get student ID.
Yeah.
And then by using the student ID, I can get name.
Who is this? Riva? Okay, leave about the student and student detail. In real world, I am asking. So, if I have your number, can I get your name?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, probably.
If you have my mobile number, you can get my name.
Yes, if I go to phone directory.
Yeah, you can get something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
Wonderful example you have given me, a phone directory.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have a mobile number, can I get the name, the person name? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? If I have the person name, can I get exact mobile number?
Person name can be multiple, right? Like,
That is many to one, or we can make use of telephone directory. In this example, I will say the telephone directory. Okay, fine. Okay, you understood, right? So you didn't understood. Okay, I will explain you. So I got in this table, I have a student ID. Okay, by making use of student ID, I can get student name and as well as his mobile number also in real time. So don't bother about the database schema and everything. Let's think about a website. Okay, I got a student in website. How I will display? I will display student ID, name, and mobile in the column order, right? Thank you. So by making use of student ID, I can get mobile. Is it right or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I would add to this a real-time example. So, if you call any call center, definitely they will ask for at least one of the information in their database, whether your SSN or phone number or first name or last name. With any of it, they will find the entire information from the main database. So when two tables are joined on identity columns, we can clear the SQL query. I think you all know the SQL, how you can join these queries. Select student ID, student name from student table or student mobile on inner join. Do use join student on student ID equals to student details dot student ID. When we join with the IDs, we can get any information from both the tables. So just having one value itself is enough to get the information from both the tables. I'm sure. I think, is it understand?
Yes, correct. So
Yes, sir.
we had a relationship between student and student details.
Yes.
Any relationship is enough.
Yeah.
One to many, one any relationship. We can get the unique record or else multiple records. Okay, if you got multiple records, we can treat it as one to many. If you got one record, we can treat it as one to one.
Yes, exactly. So I can't explain as clear as you, but I try to add some example.
Oh, no problem. No issue. So here I had a student mobile number. So by using student mobile number, can't I get student name? That is called bidirectional. So I didn't explain you clearly in this example. So this is unidirectional. So what is this? Student 1, 2. What is this class? This one, right? So this is single directional because student has the scope of student details. Okay. If you see here, student in Java perspective, if you observe here, the student detail is not having a scope of student object. Right? Am I right?
Right.
If you write here, student, what is this? If you write like this, if you design your class like this, you will have, so if you have mobile number, you will have student name. If you have student name, you can have mobile number, right? Because the student object is inside student detail, and in student bin, you have student detail bin.
Right.
Right? You can achieve in this way, bidirectional. Right? How to make it happen? I'll explain it. Okay? Fine. Now that is one directional and unidirectional. Okay? Fine. One to many. What is one to many? Yes, you want me to say this theory, or else can I go directly to an example?
Do you want me to explain one to many just with an example? For example, one student can have many addresses, one college address and one's home address. So that's basically one to many. Can we say that?
Like, first of all, I'll do one thing. First of all, I will explain all these associations theoretically. So then I will, I think tomorrow I can make some example. I think tomorrow is Saturday. So I have 4 days holidays, guys. 30, 1, 2, and 30, 31st, 1, 2. So we need to utilize these 4 days accurately. Okay. So do you have any planned vacation, you guys? Because these 4 days I will be completing this Hibernate and I will be starting whatever framework you need.
I do not have any. I do not have any.
So it's just make sure that you won't take any, you won't miss any classes. So classes will be only in the evening. So your morning session, it seems. Okay. So 30 tomorrow, not in the early hours, not in the night at your time. So it will be early hours. Okay. So is it fine for you? Oh, I think it will be Friday morning, right? For you? Okay. Tomorrow we can keep 2 sessions.
Can you tell us time? What time? Evening is fine for me, but usually I go to work in the morning.
Okay, fine. So okay, fine. So on Sunday it is fine for evening, right?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday I'm absolutely free. Only on weekdays.
Okay, well I'll talk with Chandra and I'll ask him to schedule accordingly. Okay, fine. Let's not go there. We'll complete this association explanation. So what is one to many? So we'll take this one, add this. One and infinity. So if you see this symbol, this is infinity. So a country can have multiple cities. Is it right or not? I'll bring one more. As address you said. Oh, wonderful. A city will have multiple address. Okay. An actor will have multiple films.
That's the best example.
Wonderful here. This is many to many. An actor will have many films, right? So if you know multi-starrer. So in multi-starrer, multiple actors will have single film, right? So this is many to many. This table you will call it as a bridge table. Wait. First, let me explain one to many. You got one to many. What is one to many, right? One country will have multiple cities. Is it okay? One city will have multiple address. Are you fine with that answer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you sleeping, guys?
No.
Okay, let me. So tell me because it's late for you, right? So you can say me. I can drop the class. So okay, fine. So this is one to many. So if you see here one, so you can identify here there is a one notation. Okay, if you identify here there is an infinity notation. Infinity means many. Okay, one country will have many cities. In the same way, one city will have many addresses. Okay, fine. So I think this is one to many association. So coming to many association. So this is many to many association. How can I say this is many to many association? An actor can have multiple films. Okay? A film can have multiple actors. Will you agree or not? Like Avengers. It will have multiple Marvel comics in it. Say something, guys. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, have you understood this one? So an actor will have multiple films. As well as, so in the same way, a film can have multiple actors. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is called many to many. So many actors will have many films. Many films will have many actors. Okay, right. Many to one. What is many to one? So many to many is finished, right? Many to one. The exact reverse of one to many is a many to one. Right? Many cities will have one country. Group of cities will have one country. That would be fine. Group of cities will have one country. If you reverse this one, I will reverse this one. Okay, have you observed anything? So many cities will have one country. That is called many to one. That's it, guys. These are associations in real world or in database level. You can't do anything across these things. So there is no other association. Everything is finished, right? Many to many, one to many, one to one single directional or unidirectional. Okay, right. So any doubts? Since it's too late, we'll pause this class today and we'll resume tomorrow. So Chandra will let you know the timings tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and second also. So first I have office, so we'll make it second. So we'll try to complete more topics. We will try to discuss more topics. Okay.
Sir, are
And
you going to discuss normalizations also for them?
normalization that comes in database design.
That's a database design that does
So you want me to explain what is normalization rules?
Yeah, but no, my intention is for like Bipin, Raju.
No. Yeah. You guys needed those basic things. I think these guys are not interested in basic things. They are interested in frameworks. Today all are present. Today's session. Hey guys, in real time, so you won't get a chance of writing an entity class. Okay, I will show you one beautiful thing. As I said you, right, Hibernate tools. So no one will write any entity class. Everybody should write only so someone will use some interface. Interface in the sense, you know, right? So you need to implement those methods. That's all. Your task will be the same. Your scope will be the same. You need to implement some methods which someone has given. Okay, you won't get a chance to write entity class, or you won't get a chance to look into entity class also. So you will get a chance to look into entity class because you have to write, right? But you won't get a chance to look into this hibernate.cfg file. Okay, that's why I'm saying basic concepts means core Java and servlets and filters are very important. Okay, so you won't get a chance to do all these things. So like connection, making connection. It's just an example I'm saying. So in real world, core Java is a must and should. You should be certified in core Java. Okay, you need to prepare like that. You are a certified candidate. I am not a certified candidate till now. These many years of experience, I am not a certified candidate. But still someone will take me. I have knowledge on all these things. Why to write certification? Why to waste my money? So I thought of like that, and I dropped certification. In some cases, some scenarios, I won't be eligible for some clients like Cisco or some big clients. Okay, why to bother? Why to take Cisco? Is the only company, Cisco is the only company who provides jobs. Okay, so I think of like that. Okay, so you need to be a certified professional. Okay, even though if you are not a certified professional, you need to have that certification knowledge. What is certification knowledge means? So core Java. So core level concepts is must and should. As someone who, I think Sangeeta said that database normalization, that is very important thing. Okay, so you need to have a knowledge on that one. So database normalization. This is called, so I can say this is database normalization. I can keep this country here only, or else I can keep these cities here only. Okay, so I won't take multiple. I can keep this country name here, column here itself. So why to keep country ID? Why can I keep this association? Why should I keep this association? So if you observe here, this world, one more schema I said, right? This world, shit. I need to. He haven't given any associations. Why he haven't given any association? He don't want. The schema who designed this world, he don't want. He has just given a primary keys and compound key. That's it. What is this country code? He should give, right? So here he have country code. Then why he haven't given a country code? So he didn't follow, whether he didn't follow a normalization rules, there will be some set of rules. So we need to segregate some data. Segregate in the sense, so we need to split the data. So if you have lot of data into same single entity, so sometimes your database might be crashed. Okay, we can make it happen. So lot of data into only single record. We can make it happen. We can insert some record. Thousands of columns we can make in only single table as a single record. In a table we can make it as a single record, thousands of columns. But why we are not doing? We are segregating something structural. We are structuring some data. We are removing so from the table we are removing some 4 columns. Okay, so we are removing these 4 columns and bringing, and we are taking one more table. We are calling it as one more table called city. From the base table we are taking all these 4 columns and we are calling it as a country language. Okay, why we need to do these things? So that is called normalization. We need to structure. Normalization means following some rules. There will be some forgot those rules.
Levels of normalization.
Yeah, there are actually 3 levels of normalization, I think.
Okay.
The one which you discussed will come under which normalization?
Okay.
Actually, it is very hard to remember because it is in my BTech.
Yeah.
To add to Sir's point, in the real time.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
1 form, 2 NF. NF. I too studied some.
Yeah, it's not like a definition kind of thing. In real time, see, if you go to small companies, you have to design your own table. Definitely, you need to know these concepts. You need to digest these normalization concepts before going for any interview. It's really important. So you need to design your own table. You need to code your code, and you need to deploy by yourself in small companies. Now with the DevOps coming in, developer has to do everything by himself. He shouldn't depend on the database. There won't be any database administrator roles in future. So you need to get used to everything from end to end in the development environment. So like when we were attending interviews like 8 years back, we don't have any of these kind of trainings. You guys are really lucky to have someone like Sir to explain everything. If he doesn't know also, he just learns it and tells us. Yeah, so you're really lucky. So make use of it. It's just my suggestion.
Okay, fine. So here you can observe all these things. So what is database normalization and all these things. So go through this thing. So or else if you want, I can explain you in detail. So this is the detail. No need of explanation. This is the detail. There will be some set of rules. So what are those rules? There are 3 rules. First normal form, second normal form, and third normal form. Go through this one, Wikipedia, and just study something Wikipedia. Yeah, also given examples here. Right? So there are some beautiful examples you can go through, and no, never go for this kind of tutorials, guys. Okay, so if you go once making use of tutorials, it will be habit for you. Okay, you won't learn on your own. You will depend on some tutorial. Okay, so for that purpose only I am saying not to go for tutorial.
That is true. We'll get used to copy paste mode if you go.
Yeah. So you should not go for tutorials. So until you think that you are finished, you are done from your part. So I learned some basics. So then you can go. So after my class, after my sessions of this Hibernate, you can go to tutorial. If I miss something, you can say me, yeah, sir, you have missed these things. So that I can explain you. Okay. So in my assumption, I didn't miss anything. So these are enough for a database and developers. Okay. Fine. So go through this normalization, and we'll make some long sessions these 4 days, and we'll try to complete as much as possible. Okay. Okay, guys. Chandra, are you there in the call?
1 second, sir.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
he will give you a call, sir.
Okay, fine. Bye, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You just practice those things. Okay. So if you practice only, you will be remembering. Okay. If you are not practicing, you won't remember. Okay. Try to get some exceptions. I want exceptions. I don't want straightforward execution. Okay? I need some exceptions. Okay. Bye, guys.